Responses to complaints require diplomacy. In a response, it's often not enough to simply say sorry and promise that the problem won't happen again. You may have to apologize more elaborately, like this. "Oh, I'm awfully sorry. Clearly there has been a slip-up in our service procedures." In many cases, you should anticipate the complaint. Your opener might help minimize or even eliminate the actual complaint. The following business file lists some complaint response openers. Complaint response openers. "Oh, I'm awfully sorry. Please accept my apologies. I'm very sorry, I didn't realize. I can't tell you how sorry I am. I'm extremely sorry. I just don't know what to say." Now, these openers are listed generally so that the more serious ones are the later ones. Next, we will examine 3 situations when they appear on screen. I think you can imagine the complaints that might come from each one. Think of how to respond to them. I'll explain each one. Number 1. You arrive 25 minutes late for a business luncheon appointment with your boss and a very important client. Now that's not a great situation. Which opener to use? "Oh, I'm awfully sorry," or "I'm extremely sorry"? Probably the last one if you want to keep your job. Let's look at number 2. You arrive at your monthly meeting with your supervisor, but without the appropriate documents. Well, it's not the end of the world, but how do you get out of the situation? Could you use the opener, "Please accept my apologies"? Well, if you added, "I'll just ask Robert to bring them in," or something like that. Try number 3. You have just printed your boss's departmental memorandum for the 3rd time, and your boss points out that it still contains 2 errors. How to respond to this? Try this opener. "I'm extremely sorry," and then complete the statement, "I'm extremely sorry, it was a stupid oversight, I'll make that correction immediately." Okay, we all have bad days. All right, now I'm going to give you a chance to respond to or anticipate complaints coming from the same situations. We'll do them one by one on screen. I'll read each situation. 2 response openers are listed beneath each one. Take a minute, think of the situation and your response, choose one of the openers, and then make the complete response aloud. All right, here we go. Number 1, you arrive 25 minutes late for a business luncheon appointment with your boss and a very important client. "Oh, I'm awfully sorry. I can't tell you how sorry I am." You. You might have said, "Oh, I'm awfully sorry. There was a car fire on the Long Island Expressway." Or, of course, you could have used the other opener, and you might have said, "I can't tell you how sorry I am. There was a car fire on the Long Island Expressway. Traffic was murder." Number 2, you arrive at your monthly meeting with your supervisor, but without the appropriate documents. "I'm very sorry, I didn't realize. I just don't know what to say." You. You might have said, I'm very sorry. I didn't realize that my notes are in my briefcase. If you can wait a minute, I'll call and have them delivered. Or you could have used the other opener. I just don't know what to say. I left my notes in my briefcase. If you can wait a minute, I'll have them delivered. Number 3. You have just printed your boss's departmental memorandum for the 3rd time. And your boss points out that it still contains 2 errors, which you have corrected on the first draft. Oh, I'm awfully sorry. I'm extremely sorry. You. Well, you might have said, oh, I'm awfully sorry. This should not have happened. The change wasn't saved. I'll correct it this minute. Or you might have used the other opener. I'm extremely sorry. This should not have happened. The change wasn't saved, but I'll correct it this minute. That's great, and a good job. Now this is a basic complaint practice. You must break the bad news and/or complain to your colleague according to the situations described in each item. Try to offer a solution or an alternative. Here's an example. You have forgotten to phone Munich, and now it's too late because it's after office hours for them. I'm awfully sorry, but I forgot to phone Munich. Now it's after office hours. Shall I fax them a message or wait till tomorrow? Notice, of course, suggesting a solution or a remedy makes a big difference. It's better than simply presenting the bad news. You see how diplomacy is an important part of responding to complaints. Remember, apology, possible help, remedy. Let's practice a few of these situations. You've got to speak aloud, and you've got to offer alternatives. You must be imaginative. Here we go. Number 1, you have forgotten to phone Munich, and now it's too late. It's after office hours for them. You. You might have responded, I'm awfully sorry, but I forgot to phone Munich. Now it's after office hours. Shall I fax them a message or wait till tomorrow? Of course, your responses will vary from mine. Number 2, your colleague should have checked with your supervisor before placing the order with the people in Toronto. You. Well, you might have said, I'm extremely sorry, but my colleague should have checked with you before placing the order. And you might have added, I'll be happy to make any changes. Number 3, you have left a file at home. It contains the documents your colleague needs to have for a meeting today. You. You might have said, I just don't know what to say. I've left the documents at home. And then if you were imaginative, you would have added, I'll phone and ask them to be sent here by messenger, or something like that. Number 4, you didn't send the quote to Caulfield International yesterday, and now you may have lost the order. You. You might have responded, oh, I'm extremely sorry. I didn't send Caulfield International a quote yesterday. I'll call them immediately and check on the order.